Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us as we discuss Leeds United 0, Aston Villa 1. And this has become quite an important rivalry for my channel, basically, as we've followed these two teams through, both from the Championship into the Premier League, now covering them as the dearly departed. I was there for the crazy 3-2, one of the favourite games I've seen. I was there for the Click goal and the Adoma goal walked in. And they're now together in the Premier League. And a bit of a revenge mission for Aston Villa, this one. Dean Smith described the first game of the season as a basketball game. Patrick Bamford hat-trick in that game, and Leeds won that one 3-0. And Aston Villa returned the favour last night with their own away victory and took the spoils 1-0 in this one. Here are the teams. Let's go Leeds first. So Meslier in goal. Ayling and Dallas, Cooper and Llorente. As we predicted it with Struijk in front. There had been a little tweak to that in the previous game for Leeds, hadn't there? But it was against Southampton, who were going to play two orthodox striker, and Bielsa went for his kind of 3 rows of 3 type formation. Back to the 4-1-4-1. Still no Calvin Phillips in this one. Rafinha and Costa wide. So Costa gets the start and Jack Harrison is on the bench. Click and Roberts in central midfield. He's got the shirt there at the moment. We'll see what happens to that midfield configuration when Phillips and indeed Rodrigo, who's also out, come back. Pat Bamford up top. So Leeds, not exactly full strength, but it looks a bit more settled at the back now after recent months. Villa, well, I think you can see their intentions from the team shape, really, because, and let's go elephant in the room straight away, Jack Grealish, a second game out for him, and Dean Smith is just going to shore up that midfield area and move to a 4-3-3. So it's Martinez in goal, Target, Mings, Konza, Cash still out, El Mohammadi starts at right back, and then we would normally get a 4-2-3-1 with Villa with, say, Douglas Luiz and McGinn in there. And then quite an attacking row in front. But he shores this up with Jacob Ramsey coming in as a starter. Nakamba and McGinn in there. So he's basically sacrificed a number 10. And you can see on the bench there, chosen not to put Ross Barkley in. I suspect that's half tactical and half because you Villa fans who subscribe have been telling me he's not actually been in the best of form. Certainly not matching when he first arrived on loan earlier in the season. El Ghazi and Traore are going to flank Watkins up top, but not in the normal 4-2-3-1 method. Now, I'm going to say this now so we can get this out of the way. You can see there yellow cards for Hernandez, Roberts, Click, El Mohammadi and Target in this game. I've already seen on my Twitter feed, because I've got plenty of Leeds and Villa connections, plenty of arguing about tackles, about time wasting, about simulation. I'm doing this from highlights. I didn't watch the game. I'm not sitting on the fence like I sometimes get accused of. I don't want to get into specific instances of this, that and the other. We can talk about the general, the generality of that. But I think that should be put into context of the generality of the entirety of the Premier League as well. But let's paraphrase it in a way. If you are a Leeds fan reacting to this game, you'll be, Villa were horribly and niggly and slowed down the restarts and illustrated to the referee when stiff tackles were going in. That's what you say if you're a Leeds fan. If you're a Villa fan, you say, we did a job on them, and it's a professional job, etc., etc. I don't want to get involved in any of that, and let's not have a bun fight in the comments. But certainly this game had the air of Villa coming to do a job and frankly getting the job done. And here is the goal. A little bit lucky first off. You can see sat on his backside on the right hand side of the picture, Ollie Watkins. He's going to cut inside. Ailing shows him inside and hits a shot. He kind of falls as he does it, as you can see there. Slices it. And it flies into the box. And then it's, can you make the most of your luck here? And you have to give credit to El Ghazi. One, for following the ball. You can see, is that Helder Costa has not followed his man. Possibly, forgive me if I'm only looking at it still there. Forgive me if I've blamed him incorrectly if he wasn't with El Ghazi. But great first touch, brings it down, keeps his balance. It must have been Costa if he's that close in the end, and sticks it home with the left foot. And I suspect if Dean Smith and Villa had a perfect kind of scenario for this game without Jack Grealish, it would be, right, okay, well, at least let's get in front early so we have something to hold. And then I guess it's about stemming the flow and stopping, quote, the basketball game and the speed of Leeds play in the first game. Here's a chance for Tyler Roberts. I think Rafinha had done the work beforehand. Roberts into the box, hits that one with the left foot. It's decent enough save by Martinez, flings his right arm up, but Roberts couldn't quite find any of the corners. Bit of pressure on from Mings. Speaking of him, chance in the second half here. El Ghazi sticks the free kick in. Mings, enough pressure on him there to make that header tricky enough. Now, this is the big chance, or the biggest chance, in my humble opinion, for Leeds. You can see Rafinha is a bit blurry at the back post on the far post. Harrison, 22, has put the cross in. He's obviously come on now as a sub. And you'd have wanted this to be Bamford rather than Rafinha running onto this one. What Rafinha does, because Harrison has hung the cross up too much, is he worries too much about generating the power and really winds his neck in to try and slam the ball into the ground and make it hard, which is the right thing to do, but he just doesn't quite get his balance between the idea and the direction and the execution here, because even if he doesn't get the power that he got on the header, which he kind of drags near post, then you can cause trouble in the 6-yard box if that goes across with a Bamford following in. I think you see Hernandez on the back post as well. And I think that was as good as it got for Leeds chance-wise. Again, like I say, I don't want to talk about McGinn going down or Llorente going down. Whatever. It's just the way football is, I'm afraid. I'm not saying I like it. I'm not condoning it. I just don't want to have, let's call them squabbles about it. Whilst it goes on, it will go on. And unless it's stamped down on completely, then it's elite, high-level sport. And people win by whatever means necessary. By the way, I'm not calling Aston Villa like Wimbledon 1987 or anything. I'm just going off the feeling that they came and they did a job. For any Villa fans get upset with me, there are the numbers. Leeds 69-31 on the possession, so heavily in their favour. Dean Smith said it himself. I've watched his post-match, doing my research. He said, and then we got into the second half and we sat in a low block. He's admitted that. That's not that's not any shame or whatever behind that, but that will obviously bring up that possession number nice and high for Leeds. 13 shots to 9, only 3 on target for Leeds, so Villa more shots on target than Leeds, 7 corners to 5. One big chance apiece, and it's just a very tight game, isn't it? Look at the XG bottom right, and you can see the chance map now. Leeds 0.88, Villa edging it 1.05, but we're talking about 0.017 in between them on the XG. It's a tight game, and Villa came, did the job, and got the win. We could talk about mitigating factors and all that other stuff, but the competition is to win the football match, and Villa won the football match. No Phillips for Leeds, and then you match that with no Grealish for Villa. Shame, because would have been nice to have both of them on the pitch. I do still lament that 3-2 game. I wanted to see Hernandez go against Grealish, but Grealish didn't play in that game. Still a magnificent game. Let's have a look at the table. And it looks really, really good. I mean, let's be fair, it looks really, really good for both sides. Although Villa now 4 points ahead, having played 2 games fewer, are looking at really assured for a top half finish. Leeds is still in 10th. I think Arsenal play Leicester today, so not an easy game for them. And I'll repeat myself again. There's 12 games to go for Leeds, 14 for Villa. Both of these teams are having excellent seasons. And with my dearly departed hat on, I'm very, very pleased that both of these teams have done as well as they have. Obviously, Villa are in a second season in the Premier League, second year of Premier League experience, and probably more importantly, second year of Premier League money in terms of building up their team, and genuinely look viable for, I mean, they're 8th at the moment. I mean, the issue is who's above them, Everton and Liverpool. It's, you know, are you going to get past them? Not entirely sure. And then Spurs and Arsenal behind. So it could still work out that some of those highly experienced and wealthy Premier League teams go past. Villa looking great, though. If we say a top half finish for Villa would be fantastic for them, given how close they were on the last day of last season to relegation. Leeds have gone a little bit quicker, haven't they, to get straight in to 10th. It's tight there. There is a scenario that a couple of games lost and you've dropped 3 or worse still even 4 places. But great stuff. And these two teams just seem to be just sort of linked through on their progress, don't they? And I think, dare I say, they probably see a little bit, as I said in my preview, in each other, as in traditionally big, huge club. Not great recently in the Championship, but nice trend upwards. And a real kind of feeling at both Leeds and Villa that, you know, feels different, feels new and trending upwards, but different, doesn't it? In a good way for both. So it is a Villa win in this one. They match up the Leeds win earlier in the season. So I'm sure Leeds fans will say we get it on goal difference, given they won 3-0 and Villa have won 1-0. But we can put this dearly departed Classico, put that one down for another season now. Obviously, a difficult one for me to tread because we have many Villa subscribers and many Leeds subscribers. I call it the dearly departed Classico. But a big picture, both these teams doing themselves proud. In terms of the kind of final thought on the game, I suppose you have to give Villa credit for coming up with a methodology without Grealish and a very definitive sense of shoring up the midfield with that extra body in there. And Leeds have been caught by a few teams who have sort of sat in this season, and I guess the longer they're in the Premier League and the more quality as well they add. And remember, some of those players they've added not present, but I don't want to get into points scoring on who wasn't playing because the points are scored on who did play, frankly. But like I said, the more experience Leeds get in the Premier League, I dare say, they'll be able to get around some of these type opponents a little bit more effectively. Let me know what you think in the comments. I would love for the comments to be nice and friendly and balanced, because we do sometimes get a bit of needle in the in this rivalry, if you'll allow me to call it such. But do get involved. Leeds 0, Aston Villa 1. And we need to say a big thank you to Jay Coyle, dearly departed, also known as Ben Couldn't Bear to Lose Us. Jay is our fan sponsor for the dearly departed shows. And we thank him greatly. Got involved over on Patreon. You can do the same. And obviously with our dearly departed hat on, which I say probably a little too much, don't I? Hit the subscribe button if you're a Leeds and Villa fan, haven't seen my work before. Unless something horrific in terms of form happens, both of these teams will be dearly departed again next season, and we will continue to cover them along with, probably going to lose a few, aren't we? But along with the 3 new ones that come up in the Premier League, and maybe one of the current bottom 3 who are either dearly departed teams can stay up. But yeah, hit that subscribe button for more content. Get involved in the comments. Tight game, not much in it. Well done, Villa. Congratulations to them on the win. And it's over and out from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button, and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.